Hello, smelly friends. Welcome back. I have a very exciting video for you today. I've been wanting to film this for ages. I actually wanted to make this a live video, but my nerves got the best of me, so now it's going to be pre-recorded. But we're going to talk about Les Indémodables. They are very hyped. They're known for their raw materials, and we're going to get into that in this video. So I got my samples from Saint Cellier. I will have their details on the screen and down below. The owner, Brooke, is just one of the brilliant minds in the fragrance industry, I would say. And so I have the full collection, including some of their colognes. So we're going to see what we're actually going to be able to fit into this video. And to be honest, this is my favorite kind of video to film. One where it just seems like we're sitting at the coffee table together, we're trying out fragrances, and I'm just giving you my good old opinion. So in the sample kit, you get a little booklet on the brand, Les Indémodables, meaning the timeless. So these are timeless fragrances, not trying to be, I guess, trendy or anything, just fragrances that will always be relevant. And I got some cool blotters, which I love because I'm always running out of blotters. Thank you so much, Brooke, for including these. So I've counted and there are 12 samples. I don't know if we're gonna go through all of them, but yes, I'm going to try these on blotters, not on my skin. I'm not going to have 12 different scents that, you know, all over my body. I do not have a time to shower right after this. So, Iris Perle. A refreshing iris. Fresh, breezy, clean iris edge. This has Orris Absolute in it. So what I love about Les Indémodables is they actually say the percentage of the raw material inside the fragrance, so you know what you're paying for. They're of course not cheap fragrances, but you're also not being gimmicked. You're also not being fooled to be paying extortionate prices without knowing what's actually in them. So Iris Perle, it's just lovely. It's lovely. It's kind of sparkling like the way a lot of Chanel fragrances are in the beginning. I just think about the sparkles on the sea. When you look at the beautiful sea view and you see the water and it has these kind of diamond flickers in it. The sea's like a dark blue color. I'm thinking dark blue with these sparkles. It's very nice. Very, very pretty. Okay, now reading about the fragrance. It says that it's balanced with a fresh ocean breeze. I swear I did not read that before I gave you my description. Fresh ocean breeze. Did I just not mention the sea? That is beautiful stuff. When they can convey the message without me having to read a single thing about it, it's good. So I used to do these videos with a blindfold on so that you knew that I didn't read anything. We don't have time for that these days, okay? Just be happy that I'm putting this out. Musc des Sables, okay? This is their musk fragrance, and you know I love musk. I love pretty much everything. I think my least favorite category is probably fruity fragrances. I have a thing with fruits because fruits can't be extracted, so they're never gonna be natural, and I dig natural. Oh. Musc des Sables. Oh, this is heavenly. This is a warm embrace from somebody that you love. This is a personal fragrance. This is a signature. This is clean yet warm, which is so hard to get. Clean is often cold, undescript, no personality. But this is clean but inviting and warm. I don't sense an animalic edge to this musk. It just really is a musk that's easy to wear with no animalics. And it's so smooth. Ooh. So smooth. You get the naturals in this one. Let's see what naturals are in it. So green mandarin, patchouli Indonesia essence, ambergris tincture. We love a little ambergris. Adds a little bit of mystique. And then it's got some Orris Absolute as well from France. So Orris is one of the most expensive ingredients in perfumery. So maybe I'll do another video about this, but which ingredients I would actually spend money on. I've already told you I'm not going to spend a ton on citruses because that's one of the cheapest materials. Why would you do that to yourself? but we can talk about that if you wish. Leave me a comment down below. I'm also writing the names of these so that later I can check how I feel about them. One of them is going to be my scent of the day. I'm wearing no perfume, guys. I'm naked. One of these is going to be my scent of the day, and I'll let you know. What should we do next? I feel like we need to do something that was super hyped, okay? I've heard that, you know, some of these big channels out here have been talking about Vanilla Havane. Okay? Havana vanilla. I'm thinking Cuban, I'm thinking some rum in there, I'm thinking some tobacco potentially. I'm definitely thinking it's on the sweeter side, but not cake. Let's see. Something about sampling just makes you... Rum! This is rummy, but it's kind of like, what is it? Like a fruit cake that you get at Christmas time? It's a bit orangey. Rum or cognac? I'm not great with my spirits, guys. Even though I have a bartending certificate, I'm not that great with spirits. But yeah, cognac or rum, that dark, orangey, browny kind of color, actually. The color of the sample. Like you're drinking that in one of those round glasses that you hold like this. Okay, so the cool thing about this brand is it also talks about the maturation and the maceration of the ingredients. I'm not going to get too nerdy because there aren't that many like deep dive nerds on YouTube. Most people just want to get a first impression. Is it good? Is it going to get me compliments? And that's it. Thank you, ma'am. But this is, the vanilla is 9.1% and it's, you know, infusion grand cru. So it's top of the top. There's cocoa in here from Colombia. There's a jasmine distillate in here. And I definitely, now that I see it, get the cocoa vibes in here. But before that, I would have thought like more of a cognac, a kind of fruit cake to begin with. And it's not what I expected. In some senses it is, because it is boozy, a boozy vanilla, but it's not exactly what I expected. I thought it would be more sweet, more crowd pleasing. So when it comes to commercialization, I would call this a masculine vanilla. A boozy, rummy, masculine vanilla. Okay, let's do the amber. It is amber season, at least where I live. Well, actually, I like a spicy amber in the summer. That's my favorite. And the spicy variety of amber is my favorite. I'm not an amber purist, as I've mentioned before, but many of you are. So let's see. Ambre suprême, supreme amber, the best amber. Is it? Is it not? Okay. Okay, this reminds me of something. This seems like something that could come from the brand Eris. Again, it has that, like, you know, it's got lots of tinctures in there. It's got lots of naturals in there. I don't immediately think amber. I think definitely warm. I kind of sense like more, it gives me more warm orange blossom and freshness than it gives me deep dark amber. Why does this remind me of Belle de Jour by Eris? It's giving me soapy. It's giving me a bit clean. It's not dirty. It's not an amber that you think that it is. Okay, let's see. It says ambergris, okay? So it's not about amber. It's not that labdanum thing. This is ambergris, which is a different thing. And I see people mix it up all the time. And I'm like, no! So this is the mysterious gray colored thing. It is not the amber hued thing, which is, you know, made from the rock rose and the vanilla and the labdanum mixed together. It's none of that. This is ambergris, sea-like dark gray, mysterious, and then with a fresh edge. Wow. So it's more minerally smelling than anything. More minerally than it is gooey and inviting. Interesting. Ambre Supreme. The name threw me off, but I do like that. Okay, next we're going to do Cuir de Chine. Okay, so I'm thinking it is, right, Chinese leather. Leather is something for me. I love leather. I actually, I have too many leathers. I couldn't even wrap my head around doing a leather video for you guys because it would be like 100. Like, I don't know how to choose between my leather babies. So Chinese leather. Okay, this smells rubbery. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. How do I put this into perspective? It smells like black leather seats inside a brand new BMW or like the BMW motorcycle because it smells like leather mixed with a little bit of petrol, but not sharp petrol. It's still smooth. It's kind of like leather that has a little bit of coating on it. I'm still thinking moto. This is really addictive. It brings me to something in my childhood. I was at some parking lot in, was it Lyon or some city in France while we're doing a road trip with my family. And in this parking lot, there was this BMW motorcycle standing there. And I just remember thinking that is so cool. And this was the smell. This was the scent. I don't know if I want to smell like this personally, walk around all day smelling like that BMW motorcycle, but it's very, very interesting. Very, very good. I haven't smelled anything like this. This is a leather that is like dropped in there and is different from the hundreds of leathers that I have. How is that possible? Bravo. Antoine Lee has created many of these and Antoine Lee's style sits, you know, along the boat. So if you like Eris, you're going to love this brand. If you like, what's it called? If you like Les Abstraits, you're going to like this brand. These three, I feel like, are a trilogy of brands that sit together. Les Abstraits, Les Indémodables, and Eris. These three are friends. They're family members. They're great minds that think alike. And yeah, that's the way that I describe that fragrance. Let's see what's actually in it. Okay, so Chinese osmanthus is at 10%. Chinese osmanthus. I've never smelled that ingredient before, so that's why this is so unusual to me. Egyptian late crop jasmine absolute. More Chinese osmanthus absolute. Turkish mild tobacco absolute. Clary sage oil. Okay, based off all these ingredients, you're not going to know what it smells like, which is why, again, notes list, I'm going to say it again, our guidelines. Moving swiftly forward, we're going to do a Fougere because I don't talk about Fougères enough on this channel. A lot of them are very similar once you get the gist of the style, I guess. But that would be really diminishing what a Fougere is, wouldn't it? Because the same could be said about rose fragrances. The same could be said about ambers. The same could be said about everything. If it's not your field, then obviously they're going to smell similar to you. But if you are a true aficionado, they're going to vary and smell different. Fougère Emeraude. Okay, this smells nothing like a Fougère. It kind of does because it's soapy and a bit aftershavy now, but at first I got more of a neroli. Okay, so the neroli that I was smelling is actually Indian tuberose. So this smells like a greener tuberose. A tuberose that is at the bud stage. It's not at the complete open, sweetness, full glory. It's at the young stage where it's still fresh and slightly green and very botanical. It's gorgeous. You see how your mind shifts like once you know. So now that my mind is like, click, it's tuberose. I'm like in a different mindset. So suggestions and words and people describing will actually change your opinion. So French fine lavender, very minimal lavender in here. You smell it. Moroccan mimosa flowers, absolute Grand Cru. Amazing, 1%. Venezuelan tonka beans absolute. Okay, interesting. And clary sage oil from the Alps. I've noticed that quite a few of these contain this clary sage oil from the Alps. It might be their little signature touch in this fragrance line. And this is more a fresh floral than anything. It's not a typical fougere at all. And it's just straight down the middle gender-wise. Although I don't believe in that stuff, but I'm saying it for those of you that do. And it's very pretty. Don't go reading it and think, yeah, that's for me, Fougere Bros. I sense you need a little bit of maturity to pull this one off. A little bit of living. You need to have lived a little bit. Rose de Jamal. Okay, this one is highly praised. This is supposed to be tons and tons of roses, based on what I can remember, a really high dose of Absolute, as usual, which is running through this entire line of fragrances. But I am a rose purist. Cannot get enough of rose. Rose is a character. Rose is... It's not for the shy, is it? Unless it's maybe a shy rose. What am I saying? A fresh rose is for the shy, perhaps, but a bodacious rose... Need I say more? Okay, this smells very woody. Very, very woody. Very, very unisex. I don't like mentioning Portrait of a Lady. Every time there's a woody rose, people are like, Portrait of a Lady. You know what? That's not the only one. Wow, okay, yeah. But if we're going to go there, because people do know Portrait of a Lady, those who like a woody rose or a masculine rose, this is better. Okay, so this is pink pepper, cedarwood oil, rose absolute, lavender, fine oil, tiny bit. Okay, so cedarwood oil, absolutely, you smell that. Rose absolute, yes. Pink pepper, yes. This description actually tells you a lot of what you're going to smell here. But the rose is actually alongside the wood so far. It might differ on skin, might change after a while, but it definitely is a woody rose with equal wood and equal rose, not rose first and then wood in the background. Oriental velours, so velvet, Oriental velvet. This brand still holds on to the Oriental description, which not everyone would probably agree with. But yeah, this is described as woody Oriental. I'm at a stage now where I've smelled 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've smelled 7 fragrances or so, 6 fragrances. So my nose is on a downhill spiral. I actually should be taking a break, but I ain't got time for that. So we're going to continue. We're going to push through. So this is Indian jasmine, Madagascar green vanilla, Somalian myrrh, Haitian special vetiver. It's kind of like a nondescript, easy breezy woody fragrance. It's very nondescript. It has an Eastern vibe to it, but it has nothing that jumps out of me like straightforward where my imagination runs wild or anything. It's very cool. It's kind of Luton's-esque. It's kind of Eastern. It's kind of, I don't know what those instruments are called. The ones that do, those Arabian-esque type of instruments or Indian-esque. Kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, a bit nondescript. Okay, I've actually run out of blotters. So we're going to split this in 2. And I think I might just do the colognes in a separate video. Because now my nose is like, I'm done, help. Chypre Azural. I love a good Chypre. Oh, this is very citric. It's extremely beautiful, though. It smells actually like you're just smelling some sort of citrus absolute. It's not quite bergamot. It smells a bit more limey. It's bright, bright yellow on the verge of limey. And it's beautiful. It's just opening up, so bright. Okay, it says Sicilian Tarocco orange oil. Interesting, 10%. Indonesian patchouli oil, okay. Amber infusion, Egyptian centrifolia rose absolute Grand Cru. Tarragon oil from the Alps. The Alps, again, they love the Alps. There's an Alp signature here. And yeah, there is that the naturalistic Alpi vibe, or not necessarily Alpi, but naturalistic vibe in here, which I personally really love. This is a really bright, beautiful citrus. Knowing their prices though, I'm gonna have to look up the price of this one specifically. I wouldn't go there for a citrus, but most frag heads, like true frag heads, aren't even that much into citruses. A citrus is like a palate cleanser. It's not the main dish. You might do citrus for a few hours, and then you head off to a nice, robust thing. Floral or amber or what have you that unfolds. So yeah, this is a nice, it's a nice appetizer. Now, last but not least, I've saved their latest release, unless they've released something after this, and I'm going to be really upset because I was waiting for this last sample. Patchouli Noisette. Okay, so nutty patchouli sounds very interesting. Is it pistachio? Is it almond? What is it? Cashew? I'm a patch head. I love patchouli. Patchouli for the win. But I've gone from being a patchouli purist to being a more patchouli has to have other things going on. I can't just do pure patchouli. I'm a bit underwhelmed so far. So far, I'm a bit underwhelmed. This smells like a lot of things at the moment, like a lot of fragrances that are in the luxury niche category space under the masculine. It smells like a spicy woody at the moment, a little bit sweet. Where are the nuts? Has my sample gone wrong? Patchouli Noisette lovers, wearers, people, please let me know. Yeah, I get like that kind of sweet amber floral thing that, again, a lot of luxury brands have, like woody and a little bit sweet is the main thing. Patchouli oil Cuir from Indonesia and Sri Lanka, 35%. Wow. So maybe this is just a straightforward patchouli oil, and that's why I'm not getting perked up or no feels here. And then it's got hazelnut. Okay. Hazelnut Cuir from Italy, Piemonte. Ultrasound, I have no idea what these things mean. I'm not a chemist. 20% ETOH, 8%. And I guess it's just this very specific patchouli oil. I don't smell hazelnut. Maybe my nose is just done for the day. Sorry if this description is not what you expected. If you know and love it, I'm so sorry. I know it can be like a dagger in your heart when somebody misdescribes your fragrance. But yeah, not feeling it. Okay, so that was it, my friends. 10 fragrances from Les Indémodables. I'm gonna wear Musc de Sables, which was one of my reactive fragrances. So we're gonna try out the Musk, see how it goes long term. And this collection is, just the sample set alone is worth it. Just if you have a fragrant friend or a frag head friend, get together, have a cup of tea and try these samples together and talk about the feelings that they evoke with one another, with each other. This is what you can only do with niche fragrances. I don't know what else to call them. I'm going to call them niche fragrances, even though that word has been hijacked. But these emotions only come forward, in my opinion, with niche fragrances. So get yourself a high quality sample set with naturals and yeah, let your mind go on a journey. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and let me know if you'd like to see more of these first impressions. If you see a bottle pop up, then you know that it's going to be like a must have for me. But even if I don't buy a bottle, it doesn't mean that I don't love it, because I have a lot. So no judgments. Everyone do you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video, spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.